Hi there. Om Shanti. Namaste. Bev Hetherington here from Nutri5 Plus. So, One Pasture Wednesday. I've been doing this for several weeks now, and I'm really enjoying it. So it's the breakdown of, it's about 15 minutes where I break down one posture. So today I thought we'd look at Janu Sirsasana. And this could also be translated to half butterfly from a yin perspective, and it could also be a seated tree from a restorative perspective. So from here, I'm actually sitting in the position. So I'm actually just going to move. So let's start. I'm actually going to move onto the side. And I'm releasing the flesh from the sit bones. So you could sit on a book or a block or a rolled up blanket. And we're going to take the right leg in and the left leg out. So I'll show you this from the front now. So let's mirror you. So you can see, so some people have it where the leg is straight forward. So if you have a deeper rotation and deeper external rotation in your hip, you might take the leg slightly further out. So wherever feels best placed for your hip. And you can see I've drawn the right heel right close into the perineum, and the sole of the foot is along the inside left thigh. Again, if that doesn't feel right for the knee, and of course always prop the knee, you could put a book with a pillow or a cushion or a rolled up blanket, as I have. And you could always have it slightly further away, the bent leg, if it doesn't feel comfortable to have it close, snug in to the groin and the inner thigh. So from here, I'm going to move to the side so you can see what's about to happen. So I'm just going to start with the right leg in first. I like to have my legs quite wide. It feels very comfortable for me. But again, as I say, this doesn't have to happen. It can be straightforwards. So the right heel is drawing into the perineum, and the sole of the foot is flat to the inner thigh of that left leg. Again, that doesn't need to happen if it doesn't feel right. Pop something soft underneath that right knee if it feels that it needs that protection. And then when you're ready, activity. So this is Janu Sirsasana. Janu is knee, Shir is head. So it's head to knee. And we're reaching through the back of the long leg, through the heel, and activity in the 5 toes. So we're going to inhale, reach the arms up, and this gives us lift and length through the side body. Relax the shoulders, and exhale, take a quarter turn along that long leg. Excuse me. Inhale, reach up a little more. Don't puff out those ribs. Stay in your seat. Try not to lift out a bit. And as you exhale, invite the fingers and thumbs either side of that leg. So this is a perfect first place here. Notice that the back body wants to round. Keep the spine long, but relax the shoulders and broaden them and draw them backwards if you can. So from here, you could, if you wished to, if you had an injury to the knee, excuse me, then you could pop something soft underneath the back of that knee to protect it. And you could also here, if you wanted to, as you exhale and space arrives, start to walk nose to knee posture, Janu Sirsasana, the head towards the knee. We're not rounding the back body, we keep the spine long. And some might then take hold of the foot, the outside blades of the foot. And if that's happening for you, elbows away from the ground and broad out to the sides. So you can keep that length in the spine and the heart's reaching forwards towards the big toe. Try not to wrinkle the back of the neck, compressing. Chin towards the chest as you're looking towards that ankle or the top of the foot or maybe the big toe. And you're feeling that lovely stretch down the back of that long leg. And we're working, really helping the digestive organs here, the metabolism. Slowly as we settle in, fantastic for any sciatica in the back of the long leg, from the butt through to the heel. Keep broadening the collarbones as you start to find space. Take one more breath here. Of course, when you're ready to come out, fingers and thumbs to the ground and come all the way up, bringing the head up last as you exhale. An alternative here, you could use a belt around the top of the foot and you could, rather than use that pull against the belt to bring you forwards, you would slowly slide the arms down the belt. So, sorry, I've got a frog in my throat this morning. That's Janu Sirsasana. Let's take it to the other side. So the right leg is long, the left leg is drawing in. The heel towards the groins, the sole of the foot to the inner right thigh. And on this side, we would do the same, or if it was a yin approach, half butterfly, you might find that, again, the sole of the foot might not come to the inner thigh. You might want to support the bent knee. You might want to support the back of the knee. And the difference in terms of the yin and the yang would be, and of course, if you can get the heel into the perineum and the sole of the foot to the inner long leg, then go for it. That slight turn over the long leg. And then the difference here is the chin to the chest, and we round the back body. We're rolling down. We invite gravity to take us. So there's your difference right there. The hands might go either side of that leg. As you soften the gaze, the chin comes to the chest. In a very different shape. So this is the yin approach, often referred to as half butterfly. You would soften, perhaps put something soft to the back of that long knee so that you're not reaching through that long leg. That would be a very yang approach. And as gravity takes you, the forearms might come down. You might bring a book in to support the forehead. As you settle in and down. And on the yin approach, we would hold this for about 3 to 5 minutes. The yang one that we did previously, probably about 3 to 5 breaths. Keep relaxing the shoulders. Keep sitting the seat. Don't let the sit bones come away from the earth. Notice the movement. And with the yin approach, it's very much about surrender, so that we move towards the joint capsules and the bones. The yang approach, the previous posture, works the superficial tissue muscles. It's a very different approach. And then when you were ready, you would again perhaps pop the hands to the earth. Consider what would move first. Yin, a far more meditative practice. Roll up the back spine. As you exhale, the head sits up on its axis. And the final variation is a restorative one. So from here, let's draw that right foot in again. And you would prop up more. So the difference between yin and restorative work, the body is completely supported by props for restorative. So the posture comes to us and we hold the posture for longer, for about 7 minutes or so. So again, I would perhaps offer something to the outside of that bent knee, something underneath the long leg. And this would be perhaps considered a seated tree posture, Sirsasana, for our restorative work. Again, the bent knee, the foot of that bent leg doesn't need to come to the inner thigh if it doesn't feel comfortable. You might put something soft underneath the ankle of that bent leg. And again, you would slowly make your way forwards. And you might move in, the props might come in a little higher. You could put as many books, I'm using blocks, you could put as many books on top of one another here to make it as high as feels right. And you find the place where you can feel totally supported by your props on the ground. So you trust that complete support. As you settle in. Perhaps soften the back of the knee to the long leg. Softening around the hip joints and the belly, the chest and the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, the fingers and thumb tips as the back body rounds and takes support from your props. If you didn't want to come this low down, you could bring a chair in or a stool and pop your forehead on the seat of the chair. Maybe putting a blanket or a cushion for your forehead on the seat. You could also, if you had a yoga bolster, bring that towards you and pop the top of your head on, have the bolster standing on its end and pop the forehead on the other end. You could use a couple of rolled up mats. So all welcome. And then when you're ready, very slowly, you would come out knowing that the transitions are part of the practice always. Slowly making your way up the spine to settle the head on its axis as you exhale. You might sit for a moment, perhaps move the props so you can straighten out both legs and just sit with the afterglow of that posture. So that's Janu Sirsasana, our One Posture Wednesday for this week. That's also half butterfly or perhaps seated tree in restorative approach. So you can choose whichever one resonates. As always, be kind with your practice towards yourself and the body that you have. Let the breath show you where you are at today. And I won't be here next week, I'm going camping. Hopefully the weather is going to be good. But I'll be back the week after. So as always, you can get the One Posture Wednesdays from my website, www.nutri5plus.co.uk. And if you scroll down to services and classes in white, click on that and scroll down to Wednesday. You'll see a link, click here, take that link, click on it, and it'll take you to my YouTube channel. Lots of videos on there. Go to videos and you'll come to all the YouTube One Posture Wednesdays that I've recorded. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great day. Om Shanti. Namaste. Bye.